Hello and welcome back to Terraria Life is Pain Edition with the new world that I was showing you in the last vlog update. We have Greachy here in his pumpkin armor, ready to go. We have the Indifferent Acres because I cannot remember what the original world was named, but this was the random one that it gave me when I remade the world. So what we're going to be doing in this episode is just exploring left to right. As you can see by our map, I have explored literally nothing. Poked into this hole, found nothing. I'm just going to be going left and right, gathering anything somewhat worthwhile. Obviously, it's been a while since I have played Terraria. I don't know all of what I've already said, but I'm going to try to just basically not hit you over the head with anything obvious. As has been said previously, back when... oh, jeez. It was a long time ago that I was previously recording these because it was before I even had my better microphone. I was still using a really terrible webcam mic. That webcam microphone was absolutely awful. This one isn't exactly perfect, but it is a good step up. I wish there was a way I could make it sound better, but... oh, here we go. I see a chest down here. Got a boomerang. Not going to do us any good, but those 10 lead bars definitely are. Whoop. Hey, we got the merchant. Good. We got that back. I think in the last world we only had maybe the merchant and probably the nurse, given that I have a good amount of health. Oh, shoot. Alright. It seems we have found the corruption I was talking about previously in the vlog video. How these areas are a little bit easier to get around than the Crimson. It's the same kind of concept though. And I am going to break in here with these bombs that I got out of a little jar. Oh no, I think I actually got them from a slime. Regardless, I'm going to break through it with these bombs. This material cannot be mined with any pickaxe until you've defeated a couple of bosses, and with me still wearing pumpkin armor, you can probably guess that I haven't beaten very many. Oh, alright, there's those enemies I was talking about. There we go. A little bit easier to deal with because they attack a bit slower, but they're hard to see when everything is pitch black. So, I'm going to be lighting this place up best I can. Got this slime before it causes problems. Go. Ah, there's the nurse. Talking about her earlier. Sorry, I'm kind of half focused on this. What we're looking for here are little glowing orbs. If we find these orbs that I'm talking about, here we go, here's one. Okay, barely survived that fall, but when we use the bombs on this, we can break them and get little prizes. Let me try and take out this little worm guy. Give me a minute. This is going to take a while because these take forever to kill. Okay, worm gone. Perfect. That's probably coming. Oh, that was close. We just need to get down to it. There we go. Alright. One more bomb and we'll be in. I really probably didn't need to use that, but I'm going to. There we go. Now, you use your hammer on these. I know I mentioned that you use the hammer to break down walls, these little backgrounds here to build houses, but for some reason they also break apart these orbs. So let's see what we get. Perfect. Oh gosh, we could not have gotten luckier with that. Okay. That's the best item you can get from these, which is a gun. You can just straight up get guns in this game. You go from wearing pumpkin armor and having an iron sword to just straight up having a gun. Obviously that is immensely helpful, as right now we are doing 16 ranged damage with 8 damage arrows, so that is 24. With this, we're already doing 35, and then 8 on top of that, so that's 43. With that kind of firepower, we're going to significantly increase our damage on enemies and make our lives a lot easier. Oh, here comes another one of those enemies. Let's try this out. Plus side of weaponry. Not only do the bullets fly straight instead of kind of an arc like with the bow, but you can also unlock the arms dealer who has just arrived. That's actually immensely lucky. I'm very surprised that this guy came that quickly, because he might have actually arrived before I fired that shot. He arrived immensely quick. Normally, it takes a good amount of gameplay before you get him to show up. So, glad to have him. He sells even better weapons later on down the line that we can afford someday once we've saved up some cash. I was going to say that's probably just about the end of our journey here in the corruption, but that guy had plans for us. Let's see if we can get through here. No, we cannot. This material cannot be mined either. But honestly, that is absolutely fantastic. That's everything I could have asked for from this area. I am going to run the heck away and go back to exploring this cave. Wow. Alright, we are getting immensely lucky today. The demolitionist as well. He's going to allow us to buy as many bombs as we like, so we can freely mine out the corruption area. That is going to be very, very helpful. And later on down the line, now that we've broken one of those, oh goodness, I can't remember what they're called, but one of the orbs, now that we've broken that, a random event can occur. That random event being a meteor can land in this world. And if a meteor lands, then we throw a bunch of bombs at that meteor, gather up all of the materials from it, and we can make some really, really good armor. And if we are able to do that, that armor will honestly take us through probably the first two bosses we have to fight. That would be really, really helpful. We'll see if we get that lucky. Who knows? Hey, another heart crystal. We already know about these. That's going to expand my health and make life easier. Alright, I'm going to be down here from now on. You'll notice that my watermark, my little Logi, is gone because it is now on me. So, Logitech, if you're going to sue me or something, sorry. Let's get back to it. Shoot. Hey, there I am. My apologies. But welcome back. We just mined through this little mountain here. I'm going to take out this bat, then we're going to explore this mushroom biome that I saw. Got a little bit of lead on the way. Yet again, that will be helpful. Probably for creating tools that aren't made of wood, first of all. Wow, this mushroom biome is enormous. This is huge. I know later in the game you have to make another mushroom biome out of what you find here. And the size of this one is going to make that a lot easier. Holy cow, there's a lot of stuff in here. Oh shoot, I didn't even notice. I was trying to mine that stuff that I didn't recognize, and there's 2 heart crystals up there. Heck yeah. Alright, we'll get up to there now. Hey, and something that I've just realized is I don't have to go up there to get these. Perfect, because those enemies look really intense. How much health does he have? 180, 180. Oh, that's not that bad. What about the skeleton? No, yeah. That doesn't look too bad. Still not going to fight him if I don't have to. It doesn't look like there's any other treasures up here. So we'll use these. And be on our way, because sometimes they can spawn some seriously dangerous enemies. Well, while I'm hanging out with these slimes and worms over here, just mining away, I may as well say I think that our plan of action here is going to be to gather up as many materials and as much health as I possibly can within the limits of my own safety, craft as powerful tools as we can, and try to find a grappling hook. So, we are going to be looking for one of those because in the jungle, the mighty jungle, the lion does not sleep tonight because there's a billion different dangerous things that would easily gobble up a lion, and also me. And being able to get away from them, or even not have to go towards them at all, being able to route around them with a grappling hook, would be an immensely, immensely helpful improvement to any survival tactics that I could strategize for surviving in the jungle. I'm a little distracted because I didn't know what was down here, but it's just a slime, so now I can take it easy. After we go into the jungle and go explore, get the best stuff that we can, I'm going to try to take on the Eye of Cthulhu, which is the first boss. It's just an eyeball. It's a 2-stage boss. First stage, it just kind of flies around and hits you and spawns a couple of smaller enemies to do damage. Second phase, it gets a heck of a lot faster and starts to do a ton more damage by itself, but it also takes way more damage because its defense drops in the second stage. So, because of that movement buff that it gets at the second stage and the attack bonus that it gets, we want a lot of health. We want a lot of speed. Grappling hook will help with that. And we need a weapon that is less punishing if you miss than a musket. So we're going to be saving up our money and trying to buy something fancy. Oh, hey, hold on. Wait a second here. I almost opened that. If you see right here, this little red thing that I'm pointing at right now, that's dynamite. There we go. Get that out of here. We don't want that. Now let's try opening up this chest. It might have been a little bit of a glitch there. But I guess that's the end of our cave adventures. Editing me, do you see any reason why I blew up there? Oh well. Alrighty, I've done a fair bit of cleaning of my inventory. Added some chests to the little area here, done some buying, done some selling. We now have a bit more ammo and a lot less junk. But right now, what I'm going to make is a sawmill. Sawmill requires, let's get some wood for it. We now have lead axe and lead hammer, so that's nice. We also have a silver pickaxe, which is a heck of a lot nicer than the cactus one. There we go. Let's plant some trees. Make sure this doesn't just go empty. There we are. Now let's make ourselves a sawmill. A sawmill will allow us to make a loom, which will allow us to make this cobweb into a bed, so we can change our spawn location. So sawmill, there we go. That's done, and it seems this room is just about full. Let's run on over here and plop it down. Let's say here. I really don't have that much use for a sawmill, to be honest, so it may just leave immediately after this, but that's fine. Let's make some silk. There we are. Make a good amount. And bed. There we are. So it takes 5 silk, 15 wood. Get a nice little comfy blue bed. It changes depending on the kind of wood that you use. So you can get different color beds, different style beds, and all of that. And now that we've done that, we will have that spawn point up there. Whoa. This thing's crazy fast. Probably does a good bit more damage too. Yeah, the cactus one only did 4 damage, I believe. That's not too bad. Alrighty. So these two have been used. I'm just going to toss them in here. I will have use for them very, very far down the road, but not anymore right now. I don't have a junk chest either, so this is all just getting plopped. But once the inventory is empty, or at least cleaner, we head back out. And I go to the left. Alright, and there we go. Let's do this. So for most of the commentary that I have done so far, if you can call it commentary, has been very quiet, very laid back, and to be honest, not very interesting. I am a little bit tired and very much out of practice from doing these kind of constant ones. I don't feel the need to be immensely entertaining as I usually do, because I know that I will be able to edit. Grenades, that'll be helpful. I know that I will be able to edit out most of the silence, so I'm not as pressured as I was, which is nice. Oh, we're dead. Oh, we're alive. Alright, I guess we explore down here now. Until we die, inevitably. Oh, hello. There it is. Well, it seems like going to the left is not that great of a plan, because there is a massive corruption right next to us. Oh, that's better than what we got last time, though, because last time I believe all we got was I think maybe a desert biome and then corruption on both sides. That's kind of what we have going on here. As you can see, desert, normal, corruption immediately after that. But I'm not so scared of traversing these corruption areas. I think something that we can do right now that would actually prove quite useful is not only to place down this chest so that we have a junk chest so we can keep things organized, but we can use that gravitation potion, because if we get insanely lucky, we can end up getting some really, really good equipment, like a sword that'll do 25 damage or so, a piece of equipment that negates fall damage or makes us jump higher. All of those things are possible if we use this. So I'm just going to pull this out. We're going to do this to end out the episode, because to be honest, I think maybe a 10-minute episode will be a lot more digestible, because a lot of this is going to be sped up, maybe made into highlights, kind of cut around, all edited up. So not putting myself through like 45 minutes worth of me being quiet at Terraria is probably going to be good for me, or at least better for me. Let's open up this herb bag, or herb bag. I've never known really the proper way to do that. There we go. You right click on it in your inventory. Then we put these away. Fire blossom seeds. That's actually really handy. Fire blossoms only grow in the underworld, which is the absolute bottom of the world. And not having to go there to get fire blossom is immensely helpful, because that will allow us, I believe, to make more gravitation potions. So we are just about ready to go up and explore the skies using our gravitation potion. But unfortunately, the enemies of the sky are quite significantly stronger than the enemies of the ground. So I'm going to eat this apple, because it'll help a tiny bit with life regeneration. I'm going to use this health potion. I'm going to hang out for just a little bit until this potion sickness wears off, so that I can use another one immediately if I need to. And then we'll use this and get going. Alrighty. Potion sickness wearing off. That means that we can use another health potion if we need to. Let's do this. To activate a gravitation potion, you just press W after you've drank it, and that swaps how gravity works. So when you're doing this, you don't actually want to fine-tooth comb this. You just want to go through kind of the middle of the black area of the sky. Just kind of sweep through the general bits of it. What you saw right there was a harpy. There it is. Those are very powerful, very annoying enemies. And it's kind of meant to be a barrier so that newer players, such as myself, don't immediately try to find a sky island and get all the good loot from it. There they are. But I'm not going to let that deter me, because I want cool stuff. Oh, there we go. Okay. Oh, we found one. Awesome. Some of these won't have this little house in the middle, and you can really, really just screw yourself over on that. But we were lucky. Hey, we're immensely lucky. Look at that. That sword I was talking about that does 25 damage. I was wrong. It's 26, but I'm actually kind of impressed that I was that close. Check out what this does. Let's see if we can find a harpy. No harpies around. You know what? That's actually kind of a good thing. I'm going to let that just stay down there. I'm just going to take advantage of the situation and run off. There we go. There we go. See that? So what this sword does is it summons a star that falls down and does immense damage if it actually hits something. And it actually, there we go, I think we got a hit there. I might be able to zoom in and take a look at what that might have been. Ooh, there we go. But that sword actually allows you to do something else, which is attack through walls. Which means that when we go to the jungle later, we will be able to block ourselves in and attack safely. Because even if you're underground, as long as there's enough space above your head for the star to spawn, it will spawn. And then you can use it to attack the enemies outside of your walls. So that makes exploring way safer, way easier. Now, something to keep in mind with the Gravitation Potion is that it's only 3 minutes long in total. And we are in a medium world, so we may feel like we're doing a lot of exploring, but we're really not making much of a dent. And we have to watch our time. So I am going to just catapult myself back up. And I will probably end up falling to my doom, but that's fine. Because we get all the way up to the top of the world. Fall back down. Maybe if we're lucky we'll see another cloud. Oh, I don't think we're going to be that lucky. Alright, let's see what biome we land in. See what we get. Oh, can we land in water? Oh, almost. 2,880 damage. Wow. But hey, now we know where the jungle biome is. That's pretty helpful. Alright, that was actually a really, really successful thing. We only found one sky island, but keep in mind, we just doubled our attack damage. So I'm actually going to end on that. That's a great note to end on. Perfect. We got a lot of NPCs today. We upgraded some of our equipment. We did a little bit of exploring. We got some more health. And most importantly, we got the Star Fury. I'll hang out for a little while longer until night enemies begin to spawn. And I'll show you just how useful this thing can be. This was my starting weapon for a very, very long time when I very first started playing this game. And it got me pretty far. I believe that I was on the 3rd or 4th boss before I actually ended up replacing this thing. It is so, so useful. Even when I have weapons that do more damage just by swinging them, better swords really, I still kept this around as just a mobile mortar. Attacks from above, air support at the swing of the sword. So let's see if we can find an enemy here. It's getting dark. It's getting to that point. And I'm sure I've mentioned it already, but actually if I haven't, when real stars fall down from the ground, they will actually also damage enemies just as much. See, there we go. 53 damage a hit. There we go. So we do about 50 damage a hit, and these weapons are, these enemies are master mode enemies. These are the strongest versions of each of these enemies in the game. If you were playing on easier difficulties, they would take less hits to kill because they would have less health and I believe less armor, less defense. So, being able to kill a zombie in 3 hits without ever even having to look them in the face is a very, very useful skill. And it is a skill that this Star Fury allows us to hone. It is immensely helpful and it will carry us pretty far. You can probably already hear that my throat's getting pretty tired because, like I said, I am very much out of practice with this, so I will end it here. We did actually make a significant amount of progress. If you enjoyed this video and its somewhat laid-back nature, just know that hopefully the next one will be a bit more exciting because we will be prepping to go to the jungle. And I will have to do some research on my own time to find a grappling hook to make that even easier and make that even faster. But until then, thank you very much for watching all the way to the end. This has been Overlord Pop-Tart. Please do stay frosty.